Hello YouTube, this is Darkon633 and back with another Transformers review. This time we're going to take a look at the Transformers Siege on Cybertron box set that's exclusive to BBTS. Now this set, for those who don't know, is one of two main box sets that contains several figures that, for what I could tell, Hasbro probably couldn't find a way to release in their standard line, so they decided to go ahead and release characters in two big box sets. This is the second out of the two box sets that were released. The first set, if I remember correctly, is the Speed set that was exclusive to Toys R Us. And it also has made its way to other online retailers, although it is mostly a Toys R Us exclusive. Now we're going to take a look at the box first. The box is pretty interesting. It's got some very nice artwork of the various characters that are released in the set. Shows that it does include 5 figures. On the back it shows the various kind of components and other things that the set includes. And, as many others pointed out, for some reason it says Beast Words on the side, which I really don't know what the purpose to that is. Now, we're going to take a look at some of the other contents that the set includes. One of the really cool things that the set includes is this poster, which was included with some of the Titans Return, the Combiner Wars box sets. So it's nice to see a little poster design return. It does include this card as normal. Unfortunately, it does not have any stats or anything, and it is somewhat stylized after the older generation's figures. But that is because the back of the poster has all the components. Well, should I say all the stats. So that's really cool. We're actually going to be looking at the set a little bit differently than normal. I'm actually going to be reviewing a figure of the set this entire week, and we're going to take a look at them individually. At the end of the week, I'm actually going to go with my final thoughts of the set and the various comparisons to some of the other figures that are released, or just based on the characters that are in the set. Anyways, we'll now move on to the first figure of the set, and that is both the Titan Master and the Legends figure first. To start out, we're actually going to look at Pounce. Now, Pounce is one of the 2 Decepticon clones that actually did make a minor appearance in Transformers Rebirth, which was the 4th and final season of the original G1 series. And he also made a minor appearance in the Headmasters as well, along with his Decepticon clone brother. Now we're going to take a look at Thunderwing first, though. Thunderwing, unfortunately, is just the head. It is unfortunately reduced to just a Titan Master, which is unfortunate since this particular character is well known within the Transformers community for those who read the original Marvel comics or even the IDW comics. So it's unfortunate that this particular character only got reduced to a Headmaster. Articulation is exactly the same with the other Titan Masters. The head is on a ball joint, so are the shoulders, and it's got the double joints on the legs, which are connected. You can obviously change it into his Titan Master form, so that's cool. But it is unfortunate that this particular character got reduced to this status. For what I could tell, the arms, I think, are actually made out of die-cast, but I think that's about the only major die-cast design of this particular figure. Now we're going to take a look at Pounce. Pounce is very G1, which is really cool. Even maintains a very similar type of kibble, although I think it was handled a little bit better with this release than it was with the G1 release. Articulation-wise, the head does swivel 360. It's not on a ball joint since it is just on a standard swivel, but at least you can turn the head. His shoulders are on a ball joint with a good range of movement, and you can actually move it forward and back due to transformation. He has ball joints at the elbows, ball jointed hips, swivels at the thighs using a mushroom peg, more than 90 degrees, just a bit due to transformation, and that's about it for articulation. Now, we're going to move on to transformation. Since it is a very small design and it is a Legends release, you're not going to get a whole lot of transformation aspect to it, but first, to make it easier, what you're going to do is swivel the head. Then what we're going to do is pull out his Puma head. Now, what we're going to do is take these, and from the instructions it actually says to keep the opened areas on the outside, which we'll just do, but it does look kind of weird that it does have this open gap. Probably be better to just kind of swivel them this way or this way, just so you can have the gap not showing, but it seems to be the case that you do need to swivel that way just to make it a little bit more streamlined, although it doesn't peg or anything. Next what we're going to do is pull the legs forward on both sides. From here, we're going to swivel the legs so that they face this direction. Pull out the hind legs. And then, to finish out the transformation, we're just going to pull the little tail piece out. And you're just going to leave it like that. And there we have Pounce in his Puma mode. So, once again, it's very reminiscent of the G1 design. Articulation is a little bit better than the G1 release. The front legs are on a swivel. You can bend the second joint down there as well. Unfortunately, the mouth cannot open and close, but it can at least swivel up and down. Well, not swivel, but kind of bend forward and back there. He does have the same ball joints in his hind legs. You can swivel them due to transformation. Same thing with this joint as well. The tail is on two joints. The top joint there and the tail itself. So that's about it for articulation. He does have an area where you can plug in a Titan Master on top of him. Basically, there's this little hole there that you can peg a Titan Master on there. So now you have Thunderwing riding Pounce. So that's pretty cool, actually, and I think Hasbro did a pretty good job actually changing this figure into the Generation style. In conclusion, if you really like this particular character or just wants to get the Decepticon Clones in order to finish off the releases for the Generation 1 characters, then I say this set is recommended. However, because there is a release of Takara coming up, since Takara has already announced the Autobot clones to the set, it's probably better to just wait off on the Takara release unless you wanted the other figures in this set. It's unfortunate that Hasbro put these particular characters in the box set, especially since if you wanted to get all four of the clones, you do need to spend over almost $300 when you add in shipping, taxes, and just between the various releases. And it's unfortunate that these particular clones got put into this status. Otherwise, this is still a pretty good figure, regardless of how it's being released. And hopefully, the other clones turn out pretty good as well. Anyways, please comment and subscribe, and check out Hero Club and Hero Taku. Also check my Twitter, Darkon633, and don't forget to check down the other channels down below. Please check the little bell at the bottom of the screen in order to see my content go up as soon as possible, and back with Day 2 with the next sized figure in this set. For now, I'll be seeing you later, YouTube. Bye.